Yeah, I gotta start waking up really good before I come talking to y'all. Because I'm still on slow mo. But I have been sleeping so good. But what is that I'm taking? I'm calling them the Donald Trump pills. The magnesium that I take at night, baby, listen, it has me under the bed. So when I'm waking up, my eyes are just like closed. But also allergies and stuff are going on. So I just jump on here and start talking, and yeah, I'm still low key, kind of like. But anyway, who am I? I'm Reagan Adams with Dating Instead, Who Killed It, the Build a Man Workshop, and Patches and Perspectives, where we make bad hair days look good. And today's head says hustler, getting bread and making my dough rise. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm sitting at HEB this morning, my favorite place. In real life, I don't like shopping for clothes and stuff like that, but I love going to the grocery store. Like, don't take me to a mall. I'm not going to a mall. I hate the mall unless I'm going in for something specific and right back out. But a browser, I'm not doing it. Grocery store, I can be in here for hours for real. But I'm a foodie. I've always loved to eat. The reason also this is outside note stuff. The reason I posted my skincare regimen, my lip gloss, and my concealer is one of my homegirls. I call, yeah, one of my homegirls did a video call with me yesterday, and I hadn't talked to her in a while, and she was asking me about something, and she said, "You look really good." She was like, "Your skin looks great." And a lot of people be thinking I have on makeup, and I don't. So this is my skin. I do not have a filter on. The only makeup that I have on is because my eyes are really puffy this morning is concealer. And so I just, dabbed a little bit on there. And my eyes look kind of crazy this morning because I've been sneezing and all the things, allergies. But my eyes are a little bit puffy. I need to get some eye cream. I'm out. But I do not have makeup on. This is my skin. No filter, no nothing. And so people tend to ask me, what do I use on my skin? I love Good Molecules because it is cheap, number one. Not cheap like dollar store cheap, but dollar store they've been saying been on the money here, but I'm going to stick with what I know. But I can get my whole skincare system for maybe like $50. And I use a cleanser, a toner. I don't know what the name of this stuff is. I actually bought it on accident. I can't. It starts with the H, but it moisturizes your skin, puts some moisture back in your skin. It's some kind of acid. Uh, I also have a moisturizer. So, like my whole skin regimen with my eye cream is probably about $50, which is great, and it doesn't have all of the crap in it. I like to try to stay as natural as possible if I can. So Good Molecules, and my concealer is NARS, and I just put a couple of dabs up under my eyes, and I put some lip gloss on. So that's all I have on. So okay, so let's get into what I want to talk about today. Um, God, listen, there's been a growing thing, especially since 2026 rolled in. I told you God gave me the word reset. So there's a lot of things in our lives that are resetting. A lot of people are in transition. And I was just looking at where Cam Newton and, is his name Ryan Clark? I think his name is Ryan. That's sad. I watch him on podcasts, but I still don't be knowing people's names, and that's just a sad thing. But I really like him. But where they got laid off, and then Joy Reid got laid off, and Don Lemon, and there's a growing theme in this. And so I wanted it to become a teachable moment because I too have gone through the same thing. Um, and I've been through it a couple of times, one with a job and one with a relationship. And it's still the same outcome for everything. And I'm going to speak about it because others have gone through it with layoffs and relationships and friendships. There's a growing thing with it, and I need to talk about it so you can catch it if or when it comes, or if you're going through it now. And I'm going to try to be quick because I want to get in this grocery store and come on back out of here because everybody's out here on Sunday. So, I'm going to always start with me. So, it was time for me to move to Texas. I was trying to bring my job with me. I had been there for 16 years. I was not making a lot of money. I was making $40,000. Did you hear what I said? I had been at that job for 16 years and was only making $40,000. I wonder how it's God that I survived, seriously. And I had a kid, but I had a business too, but that still wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was faced with, hey, sorry. I was faced with keeping my job and moving to Texas. And the countdown was coming. Like, I knew I was leaving, but I'm like, I need a job to leave. And oftentimes when God gives you decisions, you're going to have to walk in obedience and faith. And a lot of the time, or most of the time, if not all, they're not going to line up with what you're trying to plan for. And it's like when God tells you to do a certain thing or let go of a certain thing, you're not going to know what's on the other side of that. All you know is he knows the plans he has for us, and that's to prosper. That's all you know. And so I was literally trying to keep my job and move to Houston. And God was like, I want to get you some more money. Like, you've been here 16 years and all you making is $40,000. That's crazy. Like, aren't you tired of that? Don't you want some more money? It's like, yeah, I do. But I didn't know, I'm moving 14 hours away and you are telling me to move somewhere from a job that's all I know. I've worked since I was 14. Like, what do you mean quit my job and move? Now, mind you, yeah, I sold my houses, so I had a little cushion going on. But I need a job, right? Good morning, Keisha. I was like, I need a job. And so the time was coming down to the wire, and it was time for me to leave. And I kept emailing my supervisor, which low-key, none of them really liked me for real, but I worked for the government. So it's hard for them to get rid of you once you've been there for an extended period of time. So they knew that I was ambitious and I had my business and I was traveling and doing all the things. So they were jealous of that because, and I don't even like the word jealous, but they were because they didn't have an outside life outside of work. Right. My job was really there to fund my business, and they knew that, and they did not like that. That was a conversation I actually had with my supervisor, because she was like, if you don't like it, why don't you just leave? I was like, I need it so I can take care of my kid and fund my business. Like, you know what time of day it is. And it pissed her off. She put me on a PPP plan or whatever it's called. But anyway, they did not like me. Sorry, that's my other phone. They did not like me for real. And so I was really trying to take my job because we're coming off the end of COVID. So they were letting us work from home. Then all of a sudden they called us back into the office. And I was like, hold up. First of all, they're not responding to me because I'm about to leave. Like, I need to take my job with me. I already know God told me to let it go, but I was still trying to take it. They weren't responding to me in the head office. Then they're like, okay, you got to come back in the office 1 day a week. 1 day a week, we don't even see clients. Why are we coming back in the office? This is what I'm thinking. I go back into the office. It's really dark. The same people that were working there were there when I was there. And I promise you, I felt depressed. And I went and I was like, oh God, I don't know what came over me, but I was just thinking, God, I can't live like this. Like, I know I'm leaving Knoxville, but I can't live like this. I don't want to, like, everybody that was there, and no shade if you watch, I'm not even friends with anybody on there except Cindy, and she's fine. And Queen. But everybody looked old, depressed, and like no life, no nothing. And it was time for me to go to lunch. I went in my car and I cried. I was like, God, I don't want to live like this. Like, I don't want to live this mediocre life. I don't want to look old. I don't want to have nothing to look forward to. And God was like, but I told you to quit. And I was just like, but I don't have nothing to fall back on. He said, you got me to fall on. Like, what do you mean? Haven't I taken care of you this long? Right? And I was like, okay. And I went in after my lunch break, after being gone through COVID, and put my 2 weeks notice in. And I said, when I get to Houston, I'll just get another job. I have a degree. I'll just find another job. That did not happen. Y'all, I've been here almost 4 years. I may have worked a job for 2 of the 4 years, and that's really pushing it. That's really pushing it. I don't work now. But listen, when I say God has taken care of me and I'm not missing no meals, I'm at HEB now. Like, we ain't missing nothing. Y'all see my face, baby. Listen, I ain't miss no meals. I ain't miss nothing. I ain't miss nothing. God has sustained us, right? Has it been easy? No, it has not. But I trust God, right? Okay, so I'm going to step back into my relationship. I told you I wasn't supposed to marry my ex-husband. We were not supposed to get married. He was a good dude. He just wasn't my person. I wasn't his person when it boils down to it, right? He loved me. I loved him. But it was like, I loved him for, like, when I look back at it as friendship. Now, granted, in relationships, I believe you should like your person. You should like be, the core of it should be a friendship. That's what I want. And that's what kept us together so long, because we were really, really good friends. Like, when I look at him, it's like it was more of a friend love than a romantic love. In my relationship, I want both. I want both. But I want friendship as the core, right? And we were great friends. Like, I've talked about this before. We love music. We loved food. Like, when we went out to eat, we would travel and just go eat. Like, order the menu up. Like, look crazy. We laughed. He had a great sense of humor. He loved to dress well. He liked car. Like, he loved. Listen, we matched. We matched really, really well in the friend department, not the romantic department. And at that time, I didn't know how to separate the two, right? And God gave me several outs to divorce him. He gave me several outs. But at the time when I got with him and I had first started working, well, I was a buyer for a little bit once I graduated, and I made pretty good money there, but I didn't like that job. So then I went into the government sector, but I wasn't making a lot of money. I think I was making like, what was I making? Maybe like $27,000. That's all I was making. Now, mind you, my ex-husband was in the street and, you know, had other businesses. So I'm like, well, shoot, I'm not finna go nowhere because he got the money. What'd you say, Keisha? What's the difference in the loves, friendship, and romance? That's a really good question. For me, like, I think we can get it. I think we can get it. Yeah, I know. Well, I kind of want to touch on that because there is a difference. There is, but it's not. It's like a thin line. Like, with me and him, after I sat and thought about it, okay, let me just say this. I'm a kisser. I love to kiss, and I am affectionate, but I'm not. It's weird. Like, with my person, I am. So if I'm touching you, and all the things, like, I like you, and I like having sex with you. That's my thing. I'm not doing that with my friends. I'm not doing it. And he's since passed, so I can kind of talk about this without going into great detail. I did not like having sex with him, and I did not like kissing him. Ain't that something? And you know what's crazy? I have coached other women who have been married and like actively married their person and knew that they like to be affectionate and kiss and have sex in general, but didn't like it to the person that they married. That's crazy to me.